So welcome back everyone. In this video we are going to be doing something a little bit different. So I've been wanting to fit a dash cam in his daily car for months. Viofo got in touch, asked if I wanted to try it out. The one they've sent us is the A329S. It's got a 4K front facing camera, a 2K rear facing camera, and it's got a 2K in-camera fisheye lens for in-cab as well. So let me show you what comes in package. So when you order this, you get the 4K front camera, a ridiculously wide fisheye cabin cam, a 2K rear unit, lots of cables, sticky mounts, 2 CPL filters, and I'm using the HK4 hardwire kit so we can use the fancy parking mode. So that's what we get in this package, and honestly, if we do this right, this is one of the cleanest setups I've seen. It's going to look like it comes straight from factory. And the good news is we can install this without drilling, cutting any single wire, if we plan it properly. Alright, front camera's going right here behind the mirror, cabin camera just below it, and the rear one's going on back glass. I want everything tucked away neatly, no cables dangling, no suction cups, none of that Alfred special look. This is the most satisfying part, getting the perfect placement. Clean the glass with some glass cleaner or whatever you've got lying around, line it up behind the mirror and commit. So that's his front dash cam on, his in-cab dash cam on. We're going to stick rear view one on now, and honestly it's starting to look like an OEM install already. Right, so that's his dash cams mounted up here and on back. Next job is we need to get wiring tucked back onto these. We've got this fuse box just down here on this driver's side. We need to pop this trim off. So this is fuse box we're going to be getting his power from for his dash cam, so we're going to get back to that later on in video. So now we need to get this cable, which is going to be plenty long enough, from this front camera up his A-pillar, all the way to back past his headlining so we can get to the rear camera. So we're going to get that installed now, then we'll mess about with cables for his in-car fisheye and his front camera. So let's get cracking with that. Also, if you're liking this video so far, hit that thumbs up button. Also hit that subscribe button. It's completely free of charge and it massively helps towards this channel. So now that's his front to rear wire in, which is probably the hardest one, that's why I've done it first. They give you plenty of cable, so I mean an A6 is pretty long as it is, but look at all this excess cable here. So if you've got a really long vehicle, it's going to easily get to the back. So what all I'm going to do with this excess cable is shove it up into headliner, out that way, and I'll show you the finished product when this cable's up in headliner. Right, so this is a cable for his interior camera. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory and they're all labelled up as well, look, so you can't go wrong with which cable needs to go to which camera. This is obviously a shorter one because it's got the shortest distance to go, so we're just going to plug this in, tuck this one up behind headliner, then we need to run the power cables to it. So let's get this in, then let's get the power cables in. So this is the HK4 hardwired kit that comes with the A329S Dash Cam. Apart from the 2 cables on the right hand side with the blue connectors, I actually bought them from Alfred's because this kit needs 1 switch fuse and 1 permanent fuse, also a good ground. So I needed them 2 cables so we can put 2 fuses into one, which I'll show you in a second what I mean. So to earth his system, I'm going to use that 13mm nut just above fuse box as it's connected to body at car, so it's a perfect ground for this system. Right, now so let's find power. What we need to do is get yourself a multimeter, put one end on the ground, and then with the ignition switched off, start going across your fuses, preferably a 5 or 10 amp fuse, and you should get 12 volts at either side of the fuse. When you come across that, that's going to be a permanent power for your dash cam for parking mode. Next, find another 5 or 10 amp fuse, go across both sides. You should get 12 volt on one side and no volts on the other side with ignition switched off. Turn the ignition on, see if you get 12 volts either side, then that's going to be your accessory power. So there is his fuse taps connected onto his red cable and his yellow cable from his dash cam. The yellow one is the ACC power, which is your ignition power, like switched power. The red one is your permanent 12 volt, so it'll work in parking mode. But there's a little device on this that's like a battery guard, so you can set it to a few different settings so it doesn't drain your battery when it's in parking mode for a long period of time. It like knocks power off to the dash cam, which is a perfect feature. If you go away on holiday and you leave it in a car park, it'll work and work and work until it starts to realise your battery's draining, then it'll just knock it off. Right, as camera's set up and we're ready to hit the road. They come supplied with these little CPL filters, 1 foot front camera and 1 foot rear facing camera. We're going to get these on because if you're into car, automotive or any sort of photography or whatever, these CPL filters reduce so much glare through windows and what have you. So let's get this fitted and let's head out onto the road in the terrible British rain and see how this dash camera performs. So as you can see here, all 3 cameras record at once. You can tweak all sorts in the app, even enable hybrid parking mode if you've hardwired it in, which we have. So let's take it for a spin and see what this thing captures. Honestly, this setup is brilliant. It's a clean install, super easy. It's got sharp footage, no dangling wires. Also, this dashcam's fitted with STARVIS 2 sensors, which are super crisp at night. And even when you're in England, it's raining, it's cloudy, it's miserable. You've got full coverage, front, rear and inside. I'll drop the link below if you want to check them out for yourselves. And if you're thinking of installing one yourself, do it. You'll thank yourself the first time something almost happens on the road. So if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one.